Hello, Think Natalia community. Today I have another amazing guest here on the show. Her name is Sesen Tesfay. She is a Think Natalia Tribe member, somebody who went through a massive transformation over the last weeks and months. And I can't wait to share her story with you. So, Sesen, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for inviting me.
You're most welcome. For those people who see your face for the first time and who have no clue who you are, what you do, so what is it that you do and what's your story?
Yeah, I am Sesen. I help executives with their organizational transformation, mostly instigated by a technological transformation. Yeah, but the thing is, usually you have issues on the human side, not on the technical side. And that's where you lose a lot of money. And it's the invisible part where you lose money. And that's where I help them. I help them with the 4 pillars: leadership, behavior, culture, and attitude.
Interesting. And when we had one of our first conversations, you told me that you're focusing on the dark side of transformation and leadership. And I was like, this is so cool. And I'm not sure if people already talk about it or if they have the guts to talk about it. So this is the way how you address this topic, or your niche that you have chosen is quite unique, isn't it?
Yes, I started out my professional life and I was so surprised how many horrible leaders I had.
Yeah, you're
So
not
they
the only
taught me.
one.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, what do you do now? Do you live your life in an angry, unhappy mode, or
Yeah.
do you just change it? And I just changed it. So I thought, okay, I don't read anything about the dark side of leadership. And whenever you read about it, it's kind of a scandal like Wirecard or any other company.
Yeah.
And I was like, but there are companies who have the same issues and which are not, visible for others from the outside. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I concentrate on fixing that part. Yeah, and
Interesting.
the last year was quite interesting for us. I mean, if you look to the biggest person that you could, the most important, or let's say the most famous person that you could observe was POTUS. I mean, he basically has everything in his character, which I address. But, from in corporates, you usually don't find these extremes. So, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'm sure we're going to learn more about this in your content because you turned into a content machine. You're sharing so much insights and thoughts that I mean literally when I read about your stories or about the topic that is close to your heart, you look at things from a total different angle, something that I would have never ever thought of. But what I would like to start our conversation with, because we're going to talk about content in a second, is why did you initially approach us, or what was the challenge?
hmm So back then, I was still in my corporate life. I thought I want to generate more projects that I like, and that was my tool to use LinkedIn. And in the meantime, things have changed. I've left my company, which was acquired, and I was like, okay, no, I don't see myself sticking in this corporate life. I want to do my own business and started out in using LinkedIn to create my personal brand. And the reason why I decided to work with you is like I talked to different people. You were not the first one, I have to say, because I didn't find you at the beginning, or we were not connected. And at some level, I was like, okay, everyone is telling me people want to read positive things, uplifting things. And I was like, oh, how do I do this when I address the dark side, right? So I got the message. No one is interested in what you do, or I didn't know how to convey my message. So,
Yeah.
and when we talked, you were the first one to provide me solutions how to do it, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, okay, she's different, she's weird, she does her own thing somehow, yeah,
Ah.
with the unicorn. And I was like, okay, I can do it with her.
Nice. Yeah, thank you for your trust and thank you for joining us on this journey. And I was wondering, can you remember what was the first milestone or the first aha moment on LinkedIn when you started to expand your network or create content or be more focused with your work and with your energy on it? Do you remember the first moment or one of the
Yeah.
first ones?
So I wanted to do more keynote speaking. at some level. I thought after 1 year or something. That was the thing that I got very fast. Within the first 3 weeks, I got the first invite, which was really
Nice.
interesting. Yeah. And at some level, I got more than I could, address at some level. So I was able to choose. That was great.
Mm.
Yeah, and my personal and in after 5 or 6 weeks, I got the first conversation about a project.
Mm-hmm.
It was full time and didn't fit my goals that I want to build a company. So if I invest working 40 hours per week for someone else, I will not be able to build my business.
Yeah.
So I didn't accept up to now. But the thing is, there were options. Also, I got, hiring managers reached out that they were looking for someone who builds up my topic for them, right? So there were options if you want, and faster than I have, thought about it, that it could happen. Yeah.
Okay.
And my personal achievement is really different. I started posting, and first I was like, I don't have the topics. What can I post? Let me just post 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And then I started, and I posted like 5 times a week. And I really enjoyed this process because while building my personal brand, I needed to learn a lot about myself. And the things that I did just, on the side, I didn't, think about it. It's just the way I work. While creating the content, I was like, okay, I do dark side of leadership. And I approach it from the perspective neuroscience, so quite scientific. So my customers can work with that. Yeah, I mainly work with men. And yeah, and then I was like, oh, okay, you know so much, and you use your knowledge from your studies somehow. And I really enjoyed my own journey
Aww,
to learn about myself. That was really fun. Yeah.
Amazing. And at a certain stage, I also said, Sesen, I love your content. And with your job, people want to see you. They want to see your mimics, your gestures, because that will make a total different impression about your personal brand. So people want to see what they get. So please get your first video out there. And you were like, yeah, within the next 4 to 6 weeks. And I was like, no, within the next 2 weeks. Or, and I challenged you. So tell us how the story continued.
Yeah, so I have to admit, you didn't give me that much time. You started talking about videos after 3 or 4 weeks already. So I was expecting more time for myself. So yeah, and I committed to it. And we agreed on what I will do if I don't post my video. And I said, okay, I will go for a run.
Oh, exactly, because you hate running. And it was a long run. It was like 6 kilometers or something.
Yeah. So terrible. And I was like, I was really chased by the idea that I need to go for a run.
Yep.
So I had the 10 dates, right? And I asked a friend to support me. And she was literally in my back every day telling me, when do we do it? And I think she had more fun pushing me.
Hilarious.
So, yeah. And we went out and I was like, okay. So when I recorded it, it was great because I just, needed 1 or 2 takes. So I was even surprised that it went so well. And it was so much fun. But then after a while, after I've posted multiple videos and I've done it by myself, then I realized in December, that I sent my Christmas message and that was really nice. And then I checked my former videos and I was like, oh, damn, who is this person?
Oh.
She was serious. And I asked her, and I was like, oh, terrible. I wouldn't even want to work with myself if I meet, this person. Yeah, it was like, oops. I asked myself why I was so serious. And it's because, I memorize what I want to say or I check. And then you are lost in your thoughts. And then you have this straight mimic. But I said I cannot work on that right now to, let's change the topic and
get more fun or more energy in it. Yeah, no, I fully agree. At the beginning, it's difficult.
Yeah. So I will tell people more about my journey as an entrepreneur. Nice. That's where I just can, explain and tell and get comfortable in that field first before I also incorporate, my topic again. But I mean, it will still be valuable because it's how I lead my own company. So
absolutely. And people will work with you or work with you because you are you. I'm fully with you. Yeah. But again, creating your videos is a journey. We all hate it at the beginning. And what is wonderful is that you can already now see the growth because you just started and you're like, okay, let's get it out. But then you observed it in December and said, no, I can do way better than that, which for me is the best sign to show that you're ready for the next stage. So thank you for talking about it so openly and for sharing that with others. So that is definitely
the first hour after I posted my first video, it was, you should have seen me, my flat. I was standing here waiting for something terrible to happen.
Oh,
really, literally every second checking my post, and there was nothing terrible happening.
Update.
It was really crazy, but it was even positive. A lot of comments, a lot of likes, and I was like, okay, why did I expect something bad to happen or something weird, right? So
you're the expert on this topic.
Yeah.
Must be something with wiring
I know.
Hilarious.
So get your videos out there, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen to Sesen because she has been through that. What I also find quite edutaining is your former thought process about expanding your social network on LinkedIn. So when you told me what you did in order to grow your network, I thought that you were kidding. I thought that you were pulling my leg. I was like, nonsense. You're trying to like, no, I'm not trusting you. But you were serious about it. And then you changed your strategy. And life is so much easier right now. So please tell us the story, because I think some people might be stuck in the same space where you used to be.
Yeah. So I'm already crying because I need to laugh so much. It's really crazy. So I'm a people person. I like to build relationships. So I thought you can only connect if you meet that person and know the person. I ran to every networking event that I could find in Munich, really. I was out there every week. Even my colleagues told me, when do you rest? Because every day you're on any, on a
networking. Not even one. Sometimes you had what, up to 3?
Yeah, there was a day I was like running at 2:00 somewhere, then at 4 or 5, and then in the evening at 8. And I like to go to the gym and exercise. And I was like, oh, damn, I cannot make it today because I had like 3 networking events, right? That was crazy. And
it worked. I mean, you massively grew, right? Like you grew from what, 300 followers or connections
from 300 to 950.
Yeah.
But it was such a hustle and so hard work.
Exhausting. Absolutely. Okay. So what do you do right now? And do you
now I'm able to connect without meeting the person, and it's so much more fun because you have some free time again, and I have the choice to decide if I want to go to this networking event now or not. So that's I can connect from my home.
There you go. And people connect, right? Although these are strangers or you approach them out of the blue, you still have a very high success rate, and people don't feel as if you are whatever. Because I think a lot of people, they have this fear of being salesy or pushy or whatever, but we have worked on a formula that has nothing to do with that, which is really, you are a curious human being, you want to get to know somebody, you want to network, and the majority of people say yes without any negative comment or without any, isn't it?
Yeah. And then also when I posted, a lot of people reach out to me. So it was, from both sides. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, that's awesome. I love stories like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. More of this, please. The happy ones, the transformational ones. Very, very cool. What about the tribe? Do you benefit from the tribe? What is worth mentioning, especially for people who have no clue or who are not sure if the learning environment in a group is really that helpful?
Yes, it is, definitely, because you have a lot of questions. So first of all, our tribe is fabulous. I need to say this, right?
I agree. They're the best.
So they are really great, and you can reach out to them whenever you want. Also, at the beginning, we had a lot of, get acquainted calls. And also, if you have questions, you can just ask someone. It doesn't matter if it's related to LinkedIn or like I had to Instagram one time. That person just offered me a call and helped me for 30 minutes,
Wow.
So there's a lot of positive energy and also, support.
Oh, fantastic. That's amazing.
And we cheer each other on us as well. When I went and get started for the videos and bought the equipment, and I just posted, okay, I have no excuse anymore. Here's the equipment. And then
people are like, yay!
That helps.
Exactly.
That really helps.
Yeah, well, I love that because it's relatable. Everybody goes through that. I mean, if I would have to say what are the first steps or the first achievements that everybody goes through, I would say the first post, the first video, the first 10,000 views, the
Yeah.
first keynote, the first podcast interview, and almost everybody, every single person in the tribe goes through all of these milestones, which yeah, makes me happy. I always feel like Mama Unicorn when that happens. All right. Sesen, what is one advice that you have for people who are in an organization with an executive who unfortunately changed to the dark side? What is one thing that can be done, or what's the biggest problem that people don't see? Like maybe one golden nugget.
Mhm. So when I start with my clients, usually we need to get to name the issue. When you don't acknowledge the problem, you cannot solve it. No chance.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, you know, you need to name the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I did this one time with a client, they were like, you cannot say this, you cannot say this. And I was like, why can't I say this person is highly toxic and brings down your moral? We know it, everyone knows it. And they don't say it because they are fearful you make situation worse. This is not happening. By not addressing it, you allow everyone or that person to act that way. And basically you let it spread through your organization. So get
Like a
started, name it.
virus.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, yeah, but sometimes it's easier to have somebody who holds your hand and to say that in a safe space and environment. And this is when basically people like you come in and create the, the space, the safety, and
Yeah.
the freedom to actually address it. So yeah, thanks for doing what you do.
Yeah.
Did we forget something? Anything else worth mentioning? And if not, who should connect with you on LinkedIn?
So in general, everyone can connect with me who's interested in my topic, right? I write about dark leadership and how to transform it and how to build high-performing communities, cultures, and teams. So it's interesting for employees and leaders. My services serve cater executives. So I'm developing an online transformation program for CIOs, CEOs who want to change their organization, and they can learn it with me. So
Nice. And you're based in Munich, Germany,
yeah,
correct? Okay,
yeah.
so you're also working bilingual, or the majority of your projects are in English, I assume?
Up to now, every project was in English, and I work mainly in English. So if you join my program, you would be, requested to do everything in English. But when you work with me on site, then and you are a German client, I can work with you in German if you want.
Okay, fair enough.
It rarely happens because I work in an international setting.
Got it.
But yeah.
Every now and then, maybe somebody's shy or doesn't find the right words. Good to know that you're also fluent in the German language, as we both are.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to say it because people would assume that I don't speak English, German. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm a native speaker in German as well. So.
Yeah, same here. Like I regularly get, oh, for a Canadian, your German is pretty well. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm from Hanover. What? You have an English accent in your German? Oh, no, I don't. But anyway, hilarious. So yeah, Sesen, once again, thank you so much for your trust, your time, your energy, your creativity, your fearlessness, and for continuously growing and pushing and transforming. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and not only me, but the whole Think Natalia team, for the next steps, because you're in the middle of something big, and within the next days or weeks, everything will explode and get to the next level, because you've put in, again, so much energy and creative thoughts, and so many, like you work with so many great people to get the idea, or to get from the idea to the concept. So all the best for the big bang and launch.
Yeah,
And we keep in touch, and I'm really curious how your journey will unfold.
definitely. Yeah. Looking forward to the Yeah, milestones.
Yay, very, very nice. So for everybody who watched this today and who said, well, LinkedIn marketing, LinkedIn lead gen, that sounds interesting. I kindly invite you to check out coachingwithnatalia.com. Over there, you're going to find a short letter that I've written for you. If you say, yep, I think I resonate with that woman, you click on the apply now button, fill out a short form, pick a slot in our calendar, and then one of my team members is going to get back to you. When you realize it's a good fit, a good potential match, then you and I will be having a free strategy call very, very soon. And during that call, we're going to have a look at your current communication and marketing strategy, your lead gen strategy on LinkedIn. And I'll give my best to understand where you want to go. And then we're going to build a plan from A to B and help you achieving the targets that you want. So if that sounds interesting, once again, coachingwithnatalia.com. I thank you for your time and see you very soon.
Thank you.